Magical Blackness just uploaded a video. Great. Great, great, great. Hey, Kamara. Hey, little princess. Ashley. How you guys doing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thank you. You guys can hear, right? Good. Okay. Okay. Well, how's everybody doing? I know everybody just came from Wheezy's wig review. Thank you. I know everybody just came from Wheezy's wig review. And I really do love that wig, Wheezy. I got that myself in that blonde color, but it hasn't come yet. I got it from Sam's, and for some reason, they're taking a long time. They're taking a long time. But yeah. Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just tired. Tired. A lot going on in my family life, you know. So I'm having to deal with a lot of stuff in my family life. So yeah, but I'm good. I probably look tired because I certainly feel tired. But I'm glad everybody's doing okay. The last video that we did last week, as you probably know, I had to delete it because Wheezy and Kamira told me you can't be playing no music on your site. I mean, on your live. And I'm like, oh well, whatever. And sure enough, as soon as it was about to like upload, somebody from Universal Music Group or something claimed a copyright on the mint condition song. And I'm like, it was 10 seconds, but just like Kamira and Wheezy told me, I shouldn't have done it. So I ended up having to delete the video because what they wanted me to do was to go in and delete that section of it with just that part of it. But I'm thinking it's just going to be too much trouble to be going through all that. And they don't allow you to do it in the kind of format that I'm used to doing it. So I just said, forget it. I'll just delete it. So I just deleted it. And I mean, it kind of messed up at the end anyway, as you guys know. It was kind of like, you know, I had some weather issues going on too. So I don't think it really made that much difference one way or the other, but yeah. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys today specifically about love. And I'm not talking about just love between, you know, two people that have a relationship. I'm talking about just love in general, because I think a lot of people are having real issues with what's going on in the world today. And so I wanted to know, oh yeah, Weezy, you ordered from Sam's too? Oh, you got yours from Wig Types? Yeah, mine from Sam's just hasn't even arrived yet. And I ordered it after Marguerite Tianna did hers. And I ordered mine, but I haven't heard from Sam's. And I ordered some stuff from Shop Here Wigs. And after I had ordered it, I think they said they were about to ship it. And then they said, oh, we can't ship this because we don't have it. I'm thinking, well, why didn't you guys say that when I ordered it? This is the second time that's happened to me with Shop Here Wigs, because they'll say they've got something and then they don't have it. And I mean, I bought stuff from them before and didn't have any problems, but I don't know, I guess they're having their issues again like they used to. But anyway, I want you guys to tell me what your definition of love is. What's your definition of love? What's love to you? I'm not talking about just between a man and a woman, or two women or two men or whatever. I'm talking about just in general. Yeah, I don't know. Shop Here Wigs, they used to be real reliable. And I don't know why they're not. Okay, come here. Yeah, I don't know why they're not reliable like they used to be, but they're not. So, yeah. Oh, you ordered from both places. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I ordered from Sam's for the scarf wig, And Shop Here Wigs, I ordered 2 things from them, and they didn't tell me until after they were about to ship that they didn't have them. I'm thinking, when you hit the put it in my cart, shouldn't that tell you whether they have it or not? I mean, Glamourtress is really good for that. Glamourtress will let you know right off the jump that everything's sold out. And at Glamourtress, everything usually is sold out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that, but yeah. So anyway, ladies, what's on your mind? What's on your mind? Like I was telling you what's on my mind. I'm kind of concerned about the country and how people feel about each other. I'm fine, Peter. How are you? So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, it can be broader, it can be deep. I was thinking just in terms of each other, just relationships between people. I would think that if you love someone, that you're not going to do anything to harm them, because in my definition of love, you're going to treat the person like you want to be treated. You're going to care about them like you care about yourself. And if that's the case, then a lot of things that happen in the world aren't going to happen, because you're showing that same kind of love that you show to your own self, to yourself. You know, you're not going to mistreat yourself. Yeah, it is overwhelming sadness. It is. It is hard to get up, because it just, you know, it all just seems wrong. You know, I mean, it is wrong. But I'm just saying, just that one word, and however you define it, just that one word, if we were to exercise that in a way that, just like it says, you know, treat people the way you want to be treated. If we would just exercise that, we could get rid of the majority of the issues that we have. Yes, that's true. A lot of people have a lot of hate towards people, and that's ridiculous. And it's funny because some people are brought up like that. They're brought up in homes where they're hearing this hate around the dinner table and stuff like that. And those things rub off on children, especially because children don't come out of the womb prejudice. They just don't. They have to learn that behavior, whether they're learning it from friends or whether they're learning it from their family members or whatever. It has to be learned. And so it's really important for how we talk to our kids, how we raise our kids, what we say around our kids. It's real important to be careful what we say around kids, because if we are concerned about how they feel about other people or how they grow up to be, I guess, good citizens of society or whatever, we just have to be careful what we say. But I think some people, they don't care, you know, they don't look at their kids as an investment. I guess they're just like, well, they're here and whatever. And I'm just going to say what I want to say, and whether they pick it up or not is no big deal. But I think that's awful. And I don't think that we should be like that. So that's kind of what I was getting at in terms of asking about the definition of love from you guys. I also wanted to talk to you guys about marriage. How many of you are actually married out there? Are you guys married? Are any of you out there married? I've been married for, it'll be 14 years in August. Yeah, marriage can be challenging. It can be a real challenge, especially if it's like your first one and you're not really experienced in how to really relate to a person on a day-to-day basis. It can be a challenge. I know, are you getting married soon? Yeah. Well, yeah, this conversation is for you then. I've been married twice. I'm on my second marriage. Yeah, 14 years. Yeah, my first one didn't last 2 seconds. And I'll tell you, it didn't last 2 seconds. Okay, yeah, you just need a minute to recoup myself and get back. Yeah, prayed up. Yep. Yeah, I wasn't married 2 seconds the first time, because you know what happened? My boyfriend and I decided we were going to just defy everybody and go ahead and run off and get married, because we didn't have any real reason for doing it. We just wanted to do it because people told us not to do it. So you know how kids are. Kids can, teenagers especially, with all the hormones, rage, and all this kind of stuff, you do really stupid stuff. And that was one of the stupidest mistakes I think I ever made, was getting married like as a teenager. I think I was 19. I think I was 19, yeah. And I mean, that may not be young to some of you, but it was young for me because I lived at home all of that time. And my boyfriend, he was 21, and he said, let's get married. And I'm like, okay, you don't have a job. And I'm like, I don't have a job. But we're going to do this because everybody said don't do it, which was really stupid. Yeah, that was really stupid. But he ended up going to the military because he called himself to taking care of us that way. But we ended up moving 3,000 miles away because he was stationed out in California. So we were from Ohio. We went all the way out to California by ourselves, never lived away from home before. And then I got pregnant right away. So it was like, it was just, to me, it was like, I'm a smart person. How did I end up in this situation? How did I let myself get here? And I thought a lot about that, especially while I was pregnant. Like, how did I get here? How did I allow this to happen? And you know, it wasn't, I wasn't necessarily like head over heels in love with a guy. I mean, he was my boyfriend. I had a bunch of boyfriends over the years. So, I mean, I think when you're younger, sometimes you don't always think. Sometimes you just do things in defiance. And that's definitely not love. Like I said, that's one of the biggest mistakes I think I ever made, was to do that, because I didn't think about the consequences. I wasn't really considering not only him, but the child to come. So yeah, but I mean, my son is great. You know, we have a great relationship. Oh yeah, you have to think. You have to really have a. I think you're going to get married. And like I said, this is my second one. The second one I did right. And matter of fact, I didn't get married again for 25 years. I think it was about 25 years before I got married again. Yep, 25. Took me that long to figure it out. And the thing that I found is that you have to be ready. You have to be in the same place as the person. You have to be in the same place. Like, for instance, my husband and I had already been around the block. We'd already had relationships, and we were like done with all the games and the playing and the, you know, the baby mama, baby daddy, all that kind of junk. We were done with all that. What we wanted was to have somebody that we could grow old together with. And that was our goal. We were like, okay, I'm done with the games. You're done with the games. You know, let's do this because we want to be together, because we care about each other, and because we feel like we can make this work together. And we're willing to give, you know. You had to practice for 12 years, got married 20, high school sweetheart, grew apart, and unfortunately made bad choices and got hooked. Oh no, I'm sorry, Wheezy. Yeah, I guess you did have to make, your situation almost sounds like mine. Your situation almost sounds like my first one. But like I said, we weren't married 2 seconds. After I realized in my first marriage that it was a mistake, I was out. Because I thought to myself, you know what? I can do bad by myself. You remember that movie? I can do bad all by myself. I don't need to do bad with this person. So I did. I packed up, took my son, booked, went back to Ohio. Been married to my real husband for 18 years. Very good, very good. Yeah, see, your real husband. It's funny that you said that, because I consider the one I have now my real husband. Yeah. So like I said, the main thing I think for us in the second marriage was that we were in the same place and we knew what we wanted. We knew what we didn't want and what we did want. And that was real important. We weren't trying to play any games, you know, like some women will get pregnant to get a guy. Oh, let me tell you about this girl I knew. She was so crazy about this guy that she got pregnant to get him to marry her, because he clearly told her he wasn't going to marry her. He clearly told her that, because I knew the guy and I knew her because I worked with him and I knew her and I knew how manipulative she could be. And something told me that she was going to pull something like that. And she did. Oh, that is my second fiance. Oh no. See, you can't deal with that. Yeah, that's another thing that I think women need to learn is to not put up with that. There was a girl that I knew who she actually told me this. I asked her why she let him beat her. And she said, because she knows that, she says that him beating her proved that he loved her. Where did that reasoning come from? I mean, maybe it was from her mother's relationship with her boyfriend or husband or whatever. But this girl clearly said, he beats me because he loves me. That is like so ridiculous. I mean, it just is so ridiculous. Yeah, you got to learn to say no in certain situations. You have to say no before it gets to that point. If you can detect from the person's personality that they're going to go down that road, I'm gone. I have never had a guy hit me that I've dated, ever. Never had a guy hit me because I wasn't going there. 4 years with his crap, I thought that too at one time. I'd never stay with a guy that hit me. That just was unacceptable to me. Unacceptable. Because you couldn't love me and hit me. You just can't. You got problems. If that's what you have to do. You got problems. And that's the way I feel about that. That's why I never let anybody hit me. But yeah, it's hey Diva. Hey Diva. Yeah, you loved yourself enough to get out. That's right. And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Because let me tell you, I was a desperate dater. I had a guy that I had hung in there with for 7 years. This was after the first marriage, but before the second one. After the first and before the second one. The one that I had before I got married, I had been with him for a long time. And I was like a hanger on. It was one of those relationships we just kind of want to make it work. Hey, Diva, you just kind of want to make it work, and you're going to do whatever you can to make it work. And I hate it when I hear women say stuff like, oh, if we just get together, I can change him. I can change him. He's such and such a way, but I can. No. You're not going to change nothing. Oprah had said a long time ago, I remember Oprah has said, believe who the person is that they show you they are. And she didn't say it exactly that way, but you have to believe the person they show you. Not what they say, but the person that they show you. If they show you that they're a certain kind of person, believe it and get out while you can. Because there's no changing anybody. They're not going to change. You're not going to change them. That's just not going to happen. So I wanted to ask you guys some questions. I'm going to read a scenario. I'm gonna read a fictitious scenario about a relationship. It's ridiculous to us, but some people have unbelievable backgrounds and upbringings. That's simply for us because we were raised that way, right? My mom raised me to know that I'm right. Nobody's punching bag. Exactly. So I'm gonna read a scenario to you guys, and this is, and I don't know how many times you guys have run into a situation like this, but there are women out there who make good money, and they feel that that money that they make is going to hold their man. They giving him gifts, they taking care of his bills, they doing, what was that? Oh, you remember that? Oh, you guys don't remember this, I'm sure. But there was a song that came out in the 70s called Woman to Woman. And it was Barbara calling Shirley. And in that song, because they used to do songs like that a lot back in the day. They used to do songs like that a lot back in the day, where Barbara would call Shirley and say, hey, this is my dude, and I pay the rent, and I pay the clothes, blah, blah, blah. You know, she does all that stuff for him. So in her mind, because she's paying for all these things, she owns this dude. That's what she's thinking. And it's so sad to see women like that. Yeah, right. Yeah, yep. Woman was the name of the song. Yep. And it's just, it's sad because I have been in that situation before. I had made more money than a guy, and I thought that if I took care of him, that would be, that would solve our problems. That I took care of him, that he was going to be mine. No. Doesn't happen. So I'm just going to read this scenario to you about a situation between a man and a woman. Let me just get to it. Yeah. Yeah, and this is another situation that can happen between people. Oh, it was our third night in the Congo tree. Canaries hit, a million screaming voices overhead. What is that about? Bob, I think you're in the wrong group. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to read this scenario to you, and you guys let me know what you think about this. Okay, so it's Friday night, and you have plans to hang out at your cousin's house and eat pizza. Now, this is you or some woman, okay? It's Friday night, and you have plans to hang out at your cousin's house and eat pizza. It's been a while since you two spent some time together, and she's looking forward to it. So she's looking forward to spending time with her cousin, right? So then she's been dying to talk. Your cousin has been dying to talk to you about a problem she's having at her job. So that's why y'all are getting together. You're getting together for pizza. She can talk to you about she can talk to you about her job, right? So then, but just at the moment when the two of you are reconnecting, your so-called man rings your cell phone asking for a little bump and grind. And by the way, can you stop at the store and bring him some razor blades? So what happens next is you've not heard from him in a week, but now at 10 o'clock at night, he has to see you. So what happens? What does she do? Without hesitation, she drops the pizza, grabs her purse, and runs out the door, burning rubber, to go meet the dude. Tell me what this woman should be doing. What should she be doing? Ashley said, heck no. What's wrong with her? What is wrong with this woman? She gonna drop everything. Yeah, right. Ignoring his behind. That's exactly right. Exactly right. That's what she should be doing. You're right, Amanda. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yes. Prioritize yourself. That's right. That's right. What she should have done was stay with her cousin who needed to talk to her about her job and let that man alone because he ain't talked to her in a week. And then all of a sudden, 10 o'clock at night, he got to see her. Exactly. Sprung. Exactly. She sprung. So let me tell you what her reasoning is. Let me read to you what her explanation is. This is her explanation. She says, I know I probably should not have dumped my cousin, but my man sounded like he really wanted to see me. Besides, this could be my chance to convince him we should be in a long-term relationship. My cousin is cool. I'm sure she'll understand. That was her reasoning. That's her reasoning. So she got problems. Yes. Oh no. Yeah, she got problems. Exactly. So what would you tell your friend in a situation like that? What would you tell your friend if that was your friend? What would you tell? Yeah, family first. Hey, V. So what? Yeah, you tell her family first, Diva. You tell her she needs to take care of her family first. I agree with that. Yeah, I'm with my friend who needs me. He got to wait. Exactly. That's right. And he ain't talked to her in a week. I'd be like, girl, he don't like you, I love you. Exactly. Right, Ashley. Exactly right. Exactly right. But there are women out there who do that. There are women out there like that. Okay, here's another one. Now, you guys tell me if you've ever experienced this yourself. Here's another one. So this is the scenario for the now. He gets cut off, right? Here's the next scenario. Okay. You have been planning for weeks. You've been planning for weeks because your so-called man rung you up saying he was taking you to a concert. You got the right dress, you got the right shoes. Now the big day is here. The trouble is he never shows up for the date. He calls the next day and apologizes, saying he just forgot. So what you think about that one? He said he forgot. You've been planning this for weeks, that he was taking you to this concert. You got your dress, you got your shoes. And he never shows up. Right. Diva said, no apologies accepted. We're done. Done and gone. Right. Right. I'll forget your number and move on. Amanda, that's a good one. Right. Done. Done. Now let me read what her excuse is. This is what she's saying. This is how she's reasoning on the matter. She says, I was really upset about the concert, but when I spoke to him the next day, he did apologize. He never really said why he didn't make it, just that things didn't work out. I know I didn't believe it, but he promised me he'd make it up to me. It takes all of 10 seconds to shoot a text saying you can't make it. Exactly, Amanda, exactly. Yeah, he lying. He lying, love yourself. Oh, with the side chick. Oh. Okay, so here's what really happened. I'm going to read you what really happened. This is what really happened. The reality is that this man did not even remember telling you he was going to take you to a concert. He actually spent the night with his other woman. He's trying to track her down for weeks, and she finally showed up at his door. He certainly wasn't going to make her leave. He believes that you'll understand. Besides, he knows you're not going anywhere. That's his reasoning. That's his reasoning. He didn't even remember telling you he was taking you to a concert. Right? Somebody else. Right? Give my money back too. Well, I hope you didn't have to pay for it, B. I hope he was going to pay for it. Pour into someone who will pour into you. Provide, offer, uplift, rebuild, love. Exactly. 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 So these kinds of things, it says, nope, I forgot about you too. As soon as you forgot to come, right? Right. These kind of situations women get themselves into. Insert eye roll. Oh, right. Yep. But I mean, these are the kinds of things that women get themselves into. Right. No money would have been spent, Havi. Yep. It's sad, but that's what happens. Yep. Right. Okay, I got another one for you. This is fun. I got another one for you. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, here's the next one. And this one's kind of serious. So here's the next one. So here's the next scenario. Let me see if I can turn this sideways. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's the next scenario. This guy, some guy, asks you to participate in an activity that you don't particularly care for. And after some coaxing by him, you allow him to do what he wants. When it's all over, you feel used. But he's just fine and figures you'd enjoyed it as much as he did. So what was wrong there? What was wrong in that situation? He asked you to do something you didn't want to do, but you did it anyway. How do we feel about that, ladies? Wrong not to stand your ground and speak up. Exactly. That's right. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. She doesn't want to do it, but because he wants to do it, she's going to go ahead. Yes, don't compromise yourself, B. That's exactly right. You can't expect anyone to respect your boundaries if you don't stick to them. That's right, Amanda. That's true. And that's what can happen. Yeah. You got to learn to say no. Women have a hard time saying no sometimes to men. You got to learn to say no. Because if you don't say no, he's not going to respect you. Yeah, better start off like you plan on finishing. Exactly. Yeah. Yep, not good. Not good. Okay, we got one more. Let me see. I got one more. Okay, here's one. Okay, this is something that sometimes happens to people when they go on dates with guys. So I'm just going to read this one. Okay, so this one says, you and your so-called man are at a party given by one of his friends. When the two of you arrive, he speaks to everyone, but fails to acknowledge you. Then as an afterthought, he says, oh, this is my friend so-and-so. He thinks nothing of it and continues to move through the crowd, leaving you behind to catch up. In fact, in his mind, you have virtually disappeared. So what happens when he takes you to the party, doesn't introduce you, and just walks away and leaves you? Yeah, that is messed up. That's right. That is messed up. Yeah. Not cool. Not cool. Yes, but sometimes that happens. Yeah, right. B says she gonna disappear too. Yeah, he doesn't respect you. Yeah. Oh yeah. I went to the party. Yeah, left him at the party. Yeah. Actually, that's probably a good one. Well, let's listen to what this is what she's thinking. This is her reasoning on the matter. So he didn't say I was his woman. No big deal. I expected that, and I'm okay with it because he probably isn't ready to tell his friends about me. I did notice he kind of forgot about me, but he was just excited to be there. I know I should expect better treatment since we've been together for a while, but I'm sure that when we get more serious, things will get better. People say, time to go back home and not answer the phone or the door. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, he probably does have another girl. So he's going to take you to this party and not tell anybody who you are. Not going to introduce you. Certainly not going to claim that you're his girlfriend. Why would he even take you in the first place? Maybe you were driving. Yeah, people show who they are the first time, right? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. People show you who they are right off the bat, and you have to pick up on that. Yep, you have to pick up on that. Because if you don't, then you miss that. Okay, so here's what really happened. Here's what was really happening with him. He never gave any thought to being courteous to you because he has no desire to do so, and he gets away with it because you accept it. He's not going to show you any courtesy that you've not put a value on. If you have always desired better treatment but never mentioned it, he thinks that you could care less. He's just a 12 crap. Yes, you're right, Ashley. Women ignore signs. They do. They do. They ignore signs. That's true. Yep. Yeah, Wheezy. Let me see if I got another one. I might have another one. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Here's one. You got to hear this one. You got to hear this one. Okay, here's another scenario. Okay, you asked your so-called man to drop off a cash payment at the bank for your loan because you didn't have time to get to the bank. But instead of making the drop, this guy spends your money. His excuse is that he had an emergency and swears he'll pay it back to you. Besides, the bank informed him that you have a 10-day grace period. Is that why they call them tellers? So he's supposed to be dropping off your deposit at the bank, but he spends it. I said beat. Nope, he using her. Exactly right. Exactly right. Yep, you're right. You're right. He is. First no. Yeah, first no was you gave him the money. Exactly right. She shouldn't have gave him the money. And you know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Remember that movie, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I think it was about some singer, and he ended up trashing another singer's house and everything. You know, she lost everything. She went on a trip to Europe or something and left him at the house like a dummy because he was a drug addict. She left him at the house, and when she got back, she didn't have a house. Did you guys ever see that movie? Oh, Amanda. Amanda said, police, can I file a report? Oh, yeah, Diva gonna pull a Medea on him. Yeah, Frankie Lyman, that's what it was. That's what it was. She got dogged out by him. She got dogged out by him. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to listen to what she says. This is her reasoning for what happened when she gave him the money. She says, okay, so he didn't make the payment. And I do have that grace period, which means he has time to pay me back. I know I should be steamed at him right now, but it sounded like he really needed that money. Guess he's really starting to see how important I am to him. So what is her problem? He's not going to pay her back, right? He's not going to pay her back. But she thinks that allowing him to do this means that he's relying on her, and she thinks that's a good thing. You guys are cracking me up. Yeah, he see how dumb she is, right? He see how dumb she is. She a clown, exactly. Yep. Okay, so this is the reality. I'm going to read you the reality. This is what really happened. The minute you handed him the money, he was home free. That loan shark will finally get off his back. Of course, taking your money wasn't the coolest thing to do, but he figures that since you have a good job, you can make up for the shortfall, no problem. He likes having you around to lean on when he's in a pinch. Too bad all his women couldn't be like you. What do you guys think about his reasoning? Oh, you guys are killing me. Ooh, yeah. He's a trip. He's a trip, but so is she. Yeah, he's a leech, right? He's a leech. He sure is. Y'all got me hot up in here. Okay, let me see. Yeah, let me see if I got another one. Do I have another one? Let's see. Yeah, he's a leech. He's a leech. This is a serious one, especially for you guys who are out there dating and having relations with people. So what you gonna do about that? What you gonna do about that? Time to go. Goodbye. Oh, he's not living with you, Ashley. He's not living with you. You just got together with him. He's not living with you. He's about to get some hot grits. Like Al Green. He about to get some hot grits like Al Green. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Oh yeah, he's getting the Al Green hot grits. Are they committed? If this is the same woman that's dealing with the same guy in all these scenarios, then I don't think they're committed. But they could be. Love yourself. They could be. They could be committed. They could be committed. But how committed could they be if he's doing that? Yeah. Right, right. Okay, let's hear what she has to say. This is what she has to say about it. She says, I know I should confront him about it, but I can't say anything or else he'll get angry, you know? Maybe it wasn't him. He does have a roommate who could have been in there with some floozy last night. Yep, I bet that's it. I was worrying for nothing. So what do you think about her excuse? Actually, she's dumb. Yeah, she's delusional. You guys are killing me. You're killing me. I'm crying over here. You're right. You're right, Amanda. People will let themselves remain comfortable. That's right. Even if they're suffering. And that's the ridiculous thing. She's suffering. Is she still going to let this happen? Okay. Do we have another one? I might have another one. Take the sunglasses off, right? Where they find these fools? I don't know, Diva Jones. I don't know where they find them. Okay, let me see if I got another one. I might have another one. Let's see. Excuse me. I still haven't gotten my allergy medicine. Y'all know I'm pitiful. Okay, here's another one. Okay, now this one is not necessarily between him and her. This is something different. This is something that's really between her and her friends. Okay, so here's the next one. Here's the next one. You have been in this no-win situation with your so-called man for several years, and still no progress has been made toward a more serious union. Your girlfriends repeatedly tell you that since he still sees other women and has not committed to you, you need to leave him alone and that you deserve better. Yet, you continue to defend him and yourself, coming up with a number of excuses for hanging on. So this is what's happening with her. She's still coming up with excuses, even though her friends are telling her to get out. Yeah. So let me tell you what she says. This is what she's saying to them. This is what she's saying. I know I should probably insist that he say once and for all whether we have a future after all these years, but I don't want to lose him by always bringing it up. He's had a lot on his mind lately, and his job is stressing him out. When he's ready to get serious, it will happen. I just need to hang on. So what do you think about that? Right, I could do all bad by myself. So she's coming up with all these excuses. Yeah, if he hasn't said anything to you, you already know. Right, exactly. And you should know. But some women don't get it. Yeah. That's a dumb excuse after 7 years. It will never happen. Yeah, he's a waste of time. Exactly. He's a waste of time. He's a waste of time. You're right. Okay, so this is his reasoning. I'm gonna read you what his reasoning is in the situation. This is his reasoning. Narcissistic? Yeah, that's true, they are. Okay, so this is his reasoning. The it is never going to happen simply because he's not your man. He has no intention of taking this to the next level because he does not feel for you as you do for him. If you have to lie to your friends to prevent them from knowing how deep into this charade you are, imagine how your so-called man views your behavior. He knows that you have to rationalize things because none of it makes sense. He wonders how you do it. He couldn't. Yeah, Divine, I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know why they don't get it. I guess they don't want to be alone. I guess that's it. I guess that's it. She has no self-worth, exactly. She has no self-worth. Is it that they don't get it, or they don't want to be alone? Okay, wow, she has no self-worth, right? If you let him get away with it, he will. She must be lonely, desperate soul. Better get a cat or a dog and let that man go, right? Exactly right, exactly right. Now, it's funny because all of these scenarios that I just read to you guys, they come from a book that I wrote. I wrote this book back in 2009 after I had gotten out of my crazy relationship. Now, all of the scenarios that I read to you were not my experiences, but they were exaggerated experiences to show women how desperate some folks can be. Yeah, I wrote it. I called it Desperate Dating. And I wrote the book because I wanted other women to think. I wanted them to stop and think about what they're doing in these relationships with these men. That is not love. It's crazy. So I came up with these wild scenarios. And actually, they're realistic in some sense because I have known women who have done these things. I had a girlfriend who every time I would try to give her advice, the first thing she would say after I gave her all the advice is she would say 3 words. I know, but. After the but was always some excuse. It was always, I know, but fill in the blank. And I kept saying, no, you don't know, because if you knew, you would listen. You can't say, I know, and then say, but, and then come up with something afterwards. It doesn't work like that. You don't know. If you did know, you would stop. So I wrote that so that I could try and help desperate women think about what they're doing, because they don't think. At least 2 of those scenarios, I know somebody that has done. Yes, I do too. I would tell you the one about the cousin with the pizza, that was me. That one was a real scenario. That was me. I had done that before. That was a real scenario. The one about the pizza and leaving my cousin was me. And that was awful. And after I got to that point, I thought, no, this has got to stop. And I had to intervene. I had to have an intervention of my own. And the intervention for me was leaving not only him, but that town and starting over and getting my act together. And then I met my husband, my current husband, who is wonderful. He's like the exact opposite of everything that guy was for me. And I just absolutely love him because he's been perfect. And that's why we've been together for such a long time. But yeah, that was my way of that was sort of like lethargic for me. to get that story out and to put together those scenarios to help women think, are you really this way, or would you not do this? If you're really this way, then here's the advice I give you. If you're not going to do this, then you can move on to the next scenario. So that's kind of the way I set it up. Either you were desperate or you weren't. And that's kind of how I put it together. Yes, I did. He's fabulous. My husband is wonderful because of the give and take. He is willing to make sacrifices for me, and I'm willing to make sacrifices for him. That's what makes this relationship so great. And I didn't think that I would ever find anybody as good as this guy. And you know what's interesting is that, you know, as women, we usually have a laundry list of things that we want in a guy. He wasn't even on my laundry list because my laundry list was stupid. But when I found him, I knew he was the right guy. I just knew it by his personality, and the way he treated me was just so wonderful. I mean, he was just like, I can't even explain how awesome that he was and still is. And it's funny because after we got married, my brother came to visit us, and my husband and I, he was saying, you guys are still on your honeymoon? He said, you've been married for 2 years, you're still on your honeymoon? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, it'll be 14 years in August, and we're still on our honeymoon. I mean, we've been through some things together, but the good thing is that we knew each other well before we got into any kind of serious issues. And we never really had any kind of issues that threatened the relationship ever. It's always the men who you never really think about, right, you would want are the best ones. Yes. He turned out to be a gem. A gem. Yes. Some young ladies don't know because they haven't been taught or seen real love. That's absolutely true. But love is not superficial. It's not how tall he is or how dark he is or how good he looks in his clothes or how he walks or how he smells or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, those things help, of course, but no, it's not that. It's not any of that. We said I have a girlfriend that won't listen and you can't tell her nothing, but she can always give advice. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so that was fun. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I wanted to read that to you guys and get your reaction because, again, I feel bad for people who are like that. And I don't want that to ever happen to anybody. I don't want, any other woman to. And I actually, when I sold the book, a woman who bought the book from me, and I felt kind of bad, but she told me that after she read my book, she threw her man out. She said he was sleeping on her couch, and she read the book and went downstairs and said, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. I said, oh my goodness. But I mean, she recognized herself in the words and took action. And I mean, really, honestly, you got to do that. You have to take control of your life. You cannot let some man take that from you. It's called desperate dating. Yeah, it's not on sale anymore. But if you want to be, you can contact me and I can get you a copy. But it's not for sale anymore. But I can get you a copy if you want one. Yeah. But yeah, I wrote it a long time ago. But yeah. Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys also, if we want to get back to the subject of wigs, I wanted to ask you guys, is there anything that you have your eye on that you would like me to review to get? Because I'm starting to establish some relationships with some of these wig companies. Yeah, I might sell it again. Ashley. But right now it's just kind of, for people who request it from me. But I want to know, are you guys looking at anything that you've seen online that you'd like somebody to review that you haven't seen a review of yet that you would like to see? Because I'm going to be getting some more units. And I want to be able to review whatever you guys are interested in seeing. So if you have anything, just mention it in there. Just mention it in your comments. What it is that you'd like me to look at, because I can grab some things and review those for you if you have anything you got your mind on. Now, the wig that Weezy did, if you came over here from Weezy's review, yeah, right. The one that she did, I have that one coming, the scarf wig, but you've seen her in that one. But is there anything else that you're looking at that you haven't seen yet? The new ones that are coming out, the only time that I find those out is if, I mean, I really have to keep my eyes peeled on some of these websites to see what's coming out. I'm constantly looking. And sometimes, you know, other wig reviewers will get together and talk, and we'll kind of know that something's coming down the pike. But usually, you know, we don't find out any sooner than you guys, because we're looking at websites too. It just depends. Some of the larger vloggers, I think some of the larger vloggers find out things in advance sometimes, especially if they're working with a company. If they're working with a particular company, sometimes they'll know that stuff's coming out in advance. But if there's anything that you guys want, just let me know. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. Is Weezy still here or is she gone? Because I want to know from you guys, those of you who are married or in a serious relationship, what do you think is the key to making it work? Because I have my own ideas, you know, in terms of what is work for me and my husband. But what do you guys, you know, what do you think it takes to really recognize, to keep it going? I mean, to make sure that it lasts. No, that's true, Weezy. They haven't seen it on me, and I am a different complexion. That's true. So I will be reviewing it, the scarf wig. I'm excited about it. I like Deanna's, but I didn't want that straight one. So I got the curly one like you did. Now there's one other one that's like thick. I mean, it's long, thick hair. Communication, yes. Number one, love yourself. Amanda. Amanda too, exactly right. All three of you. Ashley, communication is, and respect. Yeah. Expecting each other's trust. Yeah, that's important. That's important, because if you can't trust the person, what's the point? You know? And one thing that I have learned is I've learned that there are certain battles that you don't fight. Yeah, the curly ones. Yeah, I like the curly ones. The one that's really long, kind of like full. I don't know if you know, that one's a bit too long for me. Yeah, communication, I think, is number one, but also knowing what battles not to fight. Some battles are not worth fighting in a relationship. Some things are just better left alone, because, and I say that, when I say that, I guess I'm talking more about marriage than even just a relationship. Because after you've been married to your husband for a while, or your wife, you kind of get to know what pushes their buttons. And if you really love that person, you're not going to push those buttons. You know what I mean? So it's important to know how the person is going to react to certain things so that you don't push those buttons, because that's showing love right there. Even if you're mad about something, you don't want to go to that next level, because you can get angry and you can argue, but when you go to that next level, that's, you know, no. My husband said something to me a long time ago. He said, no matter what happens, our relationship is never up for discussion. And he's held true to that this 14 years. Our relationship is never up for discussion. Even if we have a disagreement, it's never going to get to the point where it's about separating or divorcing or any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're right. No reaction is a reaction. That's true. That's true. But I think it's important to not intentionally try to provoke the person. Because if you're doing that, you're not really loving them. If you're doing that, you're in the relationship for the wrong reason. You know? Yeah, my husband, he's great. He's always said that. He said, a relationship is never up for discussion. Whatever it is, we're always going to be able to work it out. And I have to say, and I'm telling you the truth about this, we have never had a fight. We've never had a real fight. in the 14 years we've been together. We've had disagreements and we've had some silent moments. And I don't like the silent treatment either, but sometimes I just have to go and apologize right off the jump if it's me, because I just don't like that silent stuff. But yeah, we have never had a serious fight that kept us apart to the point where we'd want to separate or get a divorce. Yeah, just keep telling him how great he is and how you've seen it done that way before. That's really awesome, honey. Wow, you're throwing up in your mouth. Oh no, Weezy! Oh, Weezy, don't say that. But you're right, Ashley. That is how a relationship is supposed to be. And I have to tell you that I never thought I would get there. I never thought that I'd have a relationship like that, where he was, when you speak upon the relationship like divorce, breaking up, you speak it into reality. That's true. That's true. That's true. So we don't even discuss those kinds of things. Nothing like that ever comes up, because we knew when we got married that this was where we wanted to be. We knew that this was what we wanted, and that we knew what we wanted because we were older. You know, I mean, I was like 45, I think, when I got married the second time. Because like I told you, I got married the first time at 20. So yeah, I was 45 by the time I got married the second time. But at that point, I was like, been there, done that, you know, bought the t-shirt kind of thing, you know, all the experiences of all the, oh, look, my leg is popping. All the serious junk that you deal with in relationships. I was done with it. I was done with it. I was like so tired, because relationships can make you tired. I mean, especially if it's a drama-filled relationship. Oh my goodness. It is so nice to come home and my husband does not provide any drama. And I don't provide any drama. It's so nice to not have drama. I should have glued down this lace on the side. It is so nice not to have drama. My goodness, I just can't tell you. Because if you go to work and you have to deal with drama there, and then you come home and you got to deal with drama, no, I'm just too old for it. I was too old for it when I was 45. I should have been too old for it when I was 20, but I guess I wasn't. But yeah, no drama-filled relationships for me. If I can't come home, if my house can't be a place of peace, then there's something wrong. There's something seriously wrong in that relationship if your house cannot be a place of peace. Somebody is in that relationship that shouldn't be. Either you or him. Either he doesn't like it for real or you don't like it for real. Because if that's the case, then you guys probably shouldn't be together. So honestly, if you're contemplating marriage, please be sure that that person is the person that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with. Because why waste time? You know, and money for that matter. Divorce is expensive. But, you know, I mean, why waste time with somebody who's going to take you through a bunch of junk, not really show true love to you, not respect you? You don't want any of that. And like I said, what I love about my relationship is that my husband is there and he cares. And that's huge for me. Are you guys still out there? Are we having technical difficulties again? Yeah, your home should be your sanctuary. It should be. And it's not often the case, though, for some people. For some people, it's not. It's not their sanctuary. Oh, yeah, you love yourself. Yeah, I thought that I might have lost you guys for a minute there. But, yeah, I have to have that kind of peace, you know, because I can't function. Because of the fact I'm a creative person, I can't be creative if I know that there's drama going on in my life. Because I do so many things. I'm writing books, I'm sewing, I'm cooking, I'm doing YouTube videos. You know, I just don't have time for that. I want to be able to focus my creative energy in a good place and not have to worry about the relationship over here and what's going on with that. Yeah, I know you do, Weezy. You crazy. We are so totally opposite and complement each other's shortcomings so well. Where he's weak, I'm strong, and vice versa. We always say only one way out of this. Right, exactly. And it's funny that you say that, Weezy, because my husband is not like me either. My husband is, I'm more like, I'm kind of flighty all over the place. I'm doing all kinds of things. My husband will come home from work and he'll sit down and he'll do maybe one or two things and he's watching TV and he's done. He doesn't have anything. Oh, he's fine as heck too, huh? That's all right, girl. You brag on him. You brag on him. Yeah. You want to make sure that you guys have the same goals, relationship goals, right? You want to make sure that he's done playing around. You want to make sure you're done playing around. Because if you guys aren't done playing around, then don't do it. Keep dating. If you're not ready to commit like for real, just don't marry him, because you're going to end up getting a divorce. And that's not good. If you're not done playing around, then you shouldn't get married, man or woman, because it's just not fair to the other person. It's not. So glad for you. Can't do this strong either. Right. Are you okay? Yeah, no, I just got something stuck in my throat, Ashley. Thank you. Yeah, I just got something stuck in my throat. Probably me. Yeah. So, what else was I going to say to you guys? Yes, I'm the one that's outgoing in front of the camera, and he's very laid back, quiet. So, yes, my husband's like that too. He's quiet. He's not quiet. Let me just say that if you get my husband upset, he turns into the Incredible Hulk. I have seen it only once. I've only seen it once. But if something upsets my husband, he turns into the Incredible Hulk. I mean, the one time that I saw it, I was like, who is this person? But yeah, if you push him to that point, he's going to go there. And it's funny because after that happened, he was like, I don't want you to ever see me like that again. I'm like, hey, trust me, I don't want to ever see you that way either. But he's normally a really sweet, I guess, reserved person. He keeps me in check. That's what I like. He keeps me in check. He makes sure that I am on, that I stay on the straight and narrow and that I get things done. And because he knows I'm real hard on myself. I'm hard on myself. I always think that I can do this or that better, that I'm doing it. I'm always trying to improve myself or what I'm doing. And he tells me I'm too hard on myself. So he kind of balances me out. He balances me out, which is good. I need that. I need somebody to balance me out. And see, it's funny because, and I have to tell you that before I married my husband, before I even met him, I prayed about it. Because after I was in that relationship with that crazy guy, I had to pray. I said, please, God, this is the kind of man I know I need. I know I need a guy who's going to be compassionate. I know I need a guy who's going to be kind. I really kind of think I want a Southern guy because it seems like they have a better attitude than Northern men. And my husband's from Alabama. I had a list of things that I knew I needed. Not necessarily wanted, but things I knew I needed. Oh, who got the virus? I don't have the virus. Anyway, that list of things that I knew I needed, I prayed about it. And I said, if you just give me a guy like that, help me find a guy like that, that's what I need. Because right now, at this point, it's not what I want anymore. It's what I need. Because what I want, you guys are crazy. What I want is not good for me. So I need to be asking for what I need. So that's what I did. I prayed about it and asked for what I needed. And I ran into my husband without even, I wasn't even looking for him when I found him. I wasn't even looking for him. He was working at a business where I was doing business with them. And I went in to order something and he was there. And I mean, he seemed nice, but I wasn't like totally struck by him when I first met him. But we kept in touch and got to know each other. And I kind of fell in love with him after that. But it wasn't like a love at first sight thing. But it was how he treated me. It was the respect that he showed me. It was the attention that he gave me. And let me know that I was valued in his eyes. And that was big for me. He let me know that I was valued. Yes, it is when you're not looking. Yes, the best way to find love, Ashley, is to let it come to you. Exactly. And that's what happened. And when I tell people that story, they're like, you're kidding. I'm like, yeah, was not looking for him. But he came right on time. And he had those qualities that I was looking for, those things I knew I needed. And he has proved himself to be the best husband over this 14 years. I mean, yes. Yeah, you got to ask for what you need, or just ask, period. Sometimes we forget to slow down and pray. That's right. Just be, yes, exactly. Exactly, Weezy. Because, I mean, you got to have some kind of level of spirituality. I don't really care what it is that you worship or who it is that you worship. You got to have some kind of spirituality about yourself, because that's our inner self. That's our inner self. That's something that's ingrained in us that we need. We have a spiritual need, all of us do. However we exercise it, we've got one. And we really have to pay attention to that, especially in situations like marriage or getting married or thinking about getting married, because it's a serious step. It's so easy these days for people to get divorced, and it's too easy. It's like, I get in it, I don't like it, I get out. Well, that, you know, you're not working on it. You're not working to make it work. It's just too easy to get out of. So if it wasn't easy to get out of, I think people would pay more attention to getting into it. They'd give more attention to how serious it is before they did it, if they didn't think it was so easy to get out of, I think. That's just my estimation about it. But yeah. So yes, so for me, the key is, again, communication, knowing what battles to pick or not pick, for that matter, being willing to give in. Sometimes you got to give in. Sometimes giving in is better than trying to stand your ground, because sometimes it's not worth it. If it's a small thing, what's the big deal? Let yourself be wronged. That's what the Bible says. Sometimes you got to let yourself be wronged. If it's not a big deal, then let yourself be wronged, especially in a marriage, because there's going to come a time where they're going to do the same thing for you if they really love you. Yes, I agree. The family prays together, stays together. Yes, some things you just have to let go. And you also have to know yourself. That's one thing that I thought was real important for me, is I had to know me. I had to know what I brought to the table. You know, what am I bringing to the table that's worth it? What do I have to offer a person? If I'm not my complete self, I have nothing to offer, because I'm still working on me. And for a long time after my first marriage, I was working on me a lot. I was still trying to figure out, who am I and what do I want and what's really important to me? And, you know, then once I figured all of that out, I knew what I had to offer, and I knew what I wanted in a relationship, in a marriage. But it took me a long time. It took me a long time of being selfish and just kind of wanting that, you know, immediate gratification and all that junk before I really realized what the seriousness of what marriage is. And I'm glad that I did, because like I said, he's awesome. He's awesome. He would do anything for me. When I was sick, when I had my hip replaced, my husband did everything for me. I mean, I had a lot of friends from my congregation coming and helping as well. They were bringing food and cooking and stuff like that. But my husband was awesome. He would just take care of everything. Anytime that I'm sick, he does that. Even if I have a cold, he goes and gets me tea, and he makes me breakfast, and he checks on me and makes sure that I'm getting enough rest and all that stuff. He's just very, very loving. I do the same for him. As soon as he gets sick, I'm out at the store getting all the stuff I know he needs, because he gets the same kind of cold every time. So I know exactly what to get for him and what to do for him. And you know what? You know how men are. They love to be baby. Men love to be baby. I mean, I love to be baby too. But my husband, he reverts back to 5 years old when he's sick. He is 5 all over again. And I'm fine with that. I love it, because I want to take care of my baby. And that's what I do. So sometimes he gives me this expression, you know, this little childish expression, because he needs something from me. And I'm there. I'm there for it. Yes, you're right. Yep, you said sometimes you can make sure you ask if he even believes in marriage before you waste years of your life you can't get back. That's true. I've noticed some people don't value marriage the same. You're right, Weezy. Some people don't value marriage the same. And again, that goes back to the communication, like you said. Yeah, he's a sweetie. He is. And like I like babying him and he likes to baby me. And you know, after a while, you get to know each other so well that you can almost finish each other's sentences, you know? And like I said, it's knowing somebody like that can be powerful because you can really help a person by knowing how they are and knowing what to do to assist them when they need you. If you know a person and you know, for instance, if my husband has a bad day at work, when he comes home, if it's really bad, I can tell. Sandwiches, yeah. I can tell if he's had a really bad day because he comes in, he's quiet, he's not talking, he goes to his room, and I'm like, okay. So automatically, I know what I should do. I'm not going to talk to him right off the bat because I know that he's going through something and he'll be out of it in a minute. So I just leave him alone. I'll fix his dinner or whatever it is. And then when he's ready, he'll tell me. So I can recognize that in him. When he comes home, I recognize it. I can see it. And he always knows when something's bothering me too. But he knows me. When something's bothering me, I usually come into the room with my head down and I walk to him with my head down until my head hits his chest. And then he'll hug me and he'll say, I know you need a hug. You need a hug. And that's exactly what I need. I don't want to talk about signs that we both give, I guess, to help each other understand, to support each other. Yeah. He's awesome. He really is. But ladies, I am going to let you go. It's getting late. It's been almost 20 after the hour, and I still haven't fixed dinner. Although my husband's asleep, so this is a good thing. He's asleep. I do want to get up and fix dinner. So again, I want you guys to tell me in the comments if there's any particular wig that you want to see that you haven't seen reviewed so I can get it. And if you have any other comments or questions, if you guys want the book, let me know in the comments, or my email address, as you guys know, is down in my description section. So if you want the book, email me and let me know, and I'll get you a copy of the book. And again, if you guys want a particular wig, let me know about that. And thank you guys so much for sticking with me today. I really enjoyed our conversation. I think it was fun. We'll have to do something like this again next week. I have to come up with something else that we can discuss next week. And Weezy, thank you so much for being there. I appreciate your help. So you guys have an excellent rest of your day, okay? And I'll be talking to you guys next week because I got a review coming up, I think maybe Tuesday. I think Tuesday, I'm not sure. But if my wig comes, right? Because you know what's going on. Yeah, thank you guys so much. It's been really fun. And I will see you guys next time, okay? Bye.